Greetings, folks. This is DC Investing. Talk about topics that help people on their path to financial independence. And normally, I like to be outside walking around, but it's cold today, so I thought I'd try a new format here, sitting in a car. I've seen some other people do this, and so we'll give it a try and see how it goes. So today is the day after the Fed met and lowered interest rates. So they lowered them by 1/4%. And there's lots of folks talking about the impacts that this might have on lots of different things, but there's a couple things that it definitely does. So I thought I'd chat about that. Um, Lowering interest rates by 1/4% is basically a pay cut to anyone who has funds in a money market account. So there's probably more of an effect on a retiree who has a big cash portion, or just an amount sitting in an investment account that's not invested. And basically, you'll earn a 1/4 point less on your money market funds. Now, it slowly kind of changes, at least mine do, slowly over the course of a month or two, because the money market accounts kind of have, like 1 month paper, 2 month paper, or something like that. So, meaning they invest for a specific duration. Some of it might be daily or whatever, but I've just noticed that the interest rate slowly changes over the course of a month or two to go down to the amount. I think I use the Fidelity system. The SPA XX is the core account feature that you can use, and I think I'm at 3.6% if I remember correctly. So this will push it down somewhere below there over the next while. So any retiree that has cash in a money market account, you got a pay cut. Over time, that can add up to be a quite a considerable amount. A year and a half ago, the amount was a 5% rate. Um, so if you had $1 million of cash, that was $50,000 a year of income. There are some people that can live off of that. So now it's 35,000 amount on $1 million saved. And I'm just kind of using that as a broad example. I don't recommend that if you have $1 million that you're just getting money market rates. Somebody might be doing that, um, but in general, I think it is. Um, People do have amounts that are just sitting in cash. Anytime you don't have funds invested, they have to sit someplace. And so, I have over 100 grand in cash uh, across various investing accounts that I just don't. If I don't have it invested, it kind of adds up in all the different pieces. So yeah, definitely got a pay cut on that amount. So what can you do from that? And what I think will happen is slowly over time, the amount that you get from um, investing in a money market account is going to go down to the point that it just doesn't make any sense to keep money in a money market account at all. So just be aware of that, because that will tend to push people into riskier investments. And so you want to kind of get ahead of that. And I've been listening to some folks chat on the internet, financial podcasters, and one of the segments that's still undervalued right now is the energy production sector. They've kind of just the stocks have been going sideways for a while, and the price of oil has kind of been languishing too. Um, but over time, if they don't continue to invest a whole bunch in trying to uh, like do new exploration, then the amount of oil and gas that comes on the market is going to go down, and so that will make energy prices go up. And so there are some financial podcasters that are going to say, "Hey, really look at the energy sector because it's out of favor right now, but it has a really high yield overall." And so if you need some yield, you can actually get it by investing in oil and gas stocks. And so an example of that is Chevron. It's kind of the number two big oil major out there. And Chevron's dividend yield, as I looked at it today, was 4.5%. So if you had your funds in a money market account, now you're going to be below 3.5%. If you just go and invest in Chevron, you get 4.5%, and over that may be enough to provide the funds you need to live on in a retired situation. And so it so the Fed lowering rates, it definitely decreases um, every fund out there that is there for a saver. So this penalizes savers and rewards speculators. And next spring, when we get a new Fed chair, the thought is he's going to be much more dovish and will continue to lower short-term rates. So you will you will have more of this pressure building up that retirees can't earn money in the T-bill market, in the money market account market. Um, you know, there's not much of an advantage getting long-term debt because inflation is still, you know, perking up. So, it's going to push more people looking for yield into stocks that give yield. So, a couple of other examples that you might want to look into: British Petroleum, that ticker is BP. Um, that has, I think I looked up today, like over a 5.5% dividend yield. So that one's a bit higher. Um, Petrobras Brazil has a really high dividend yield. I think it's like 9.1%. I think that one is PBR, PBS, one of those. If you look up, if you type in Petro, you'll probably see that one come up. It's a Brazilian oil company with a high dividend yield. So it's somewhat down along with all the other oil producers, but it's got a really high yield. So if you need some income that comes through, those are some examples. But there's a lot of other oil producing sector companies that do have yield. Exxon is one out there, but it has a lower yield than Chevron. If you want the whole energy ETF, there's XLE is a good option. From last time I looked, it seemed like it had a 3.5% dividend yield. Might be lower now. I haven't taken a look for a while, but that's near what you're going to get from a money market anyhow. And I would assume that the value of the assets that these energy companies has will appreciate at least with the value of inflation. So if you only had your money in a money market account, you only get the dividend yield, whereas if you have it invested in the ETF like XLE, you get that same cash flow, but your assets should tend to improve with inflation over time. So this is definitely something that occurred with the Fed. You got a pay cut if you're a saver. You're going to have to start looking around for other things that provide yield. And if you get ahead of this, knowing that there's a lot of other baby boomers out there that may be in the same boat where they don't have as many options to just generate yield. I mean, any CD in a bank got a pay cut, any money market rate, any T bill has gone down by now 1/4%. So the folks that need income are going to be forced into other assets, and these energy stocks may be, a great place to go. I heard someone say today that energy makes up 3% of the S&P 500 right now, but back in the 70s or 80s or something, it was 30% of the S&P 500. So there's definitely the ability for, say, some of the AI stocks to kind of come down and the energy stocks to come up. And, the AI stocks need energy. If they're going to happen, they got to have power generated somehow. And the thought is it's going to be the energy producers that create that. So there's some thoughts for today. The Fed lowered rates, so just be aware that that's something that happened and it could affect your finances. So cheers. Thanks for being a viewer. We'll see you. Bye.